boys and girls. Welcome to Sunday School today, October 18th, 2020. Our lesson comes from Matthew chapter 22, verses 15 through 22. We'll have some games to play today, a Bible story, a lesson, and some arts and crafts to do. So our first game that you can play is called Question Relay. You're going to need a bowl or basket and some slips of paper. On each sheet of paper, you might need your parents' help to write the questions, but you'll just come up with any questions you would like. It could be related to our Bible lesson. It could be related to just in general church. It could be any kind of question that you would like people to answer. So you'll put the slips of paper folded up into the bowl. You'll place the bowl on one side of the room, and you'll need to play this against another team. So you and a family member, whether it be a parent or a sibling, can be on a team and then have another team as well. So each person from each team will run to the bowl, pick out a question, read the question. For example, who did God ask to build an ark? Noah. And then think as fast as you can, though. So whoever answers the question first will run back and have the next person go. But if it takes a little bit longer to answer the question, then you stay by the bowl and answer the question. And until you do, then run back to your team. So you can play this game for as many rounds as you like. You can play until the bowl is empty with answering all of the questions. You can keep a time. So how many of the questions can you answer back and forth with the teams in 1 minute? So after you play the game, you can, if you want to keep points, you can count up how many slips of paper you have. So once you answer the question, take the question back with you to your team, and then you will have a pile of questions. So then you can count the slips of paper and see which team has more answered questions. Or just play for fun and answer until the bowl is finished, and then you'll be a quiz question master. So for example, I'll go put the bowl on the other side of the room and say go and answer a question. Okay, teams, on your mark, get set, go. And then I'll just run back so you can hear me. How many days did it take God to create the world? 6 days. On the 7th day, he rested. Another question could be, what church do you go to? Bratislava International Church. Yeah. So that's a fun game. Here are the rules again. Okay, the next game is called What is God's? Each team has one person who, instead of a bowl with questions, you can have a line or an object in the room that each team member has to run up to. So each team will have one person run up to the line on the floor or just a marked object in the room. The other team will also run up. So the opponents will face each other. And then you just shout out something that belongs to God. So the first team to say something first will get a point, and then you'll run back and have someone else from your team go. You can just play this if you only have one other person to play with, that's okay. And you can play this as long as you want. So you'll run up and think of something that belongs to God. So maybe you or me, children, parents, pastor, our home, plants, animals, birds, lakes, oceans, our friends, love, joy, the church, our hearts, even money. Like you'll hear this in the Bible story for today. So think of as many things as you can. You can play as many rounds as you would like. You can have a scorekeeper keep the points. You can have a time limit or nothing at all. So just think of as many words as you can of what belongs to God. So that's what I have here. Cool. So now for our story. The theme is, what do we owe God? What do we owe to God? For this lesson, the main verse is from Matthew 22:21. Give to the emperor the things that are the emperor's, and to God the things that are God's. So I have some questions for you today. Listen carefully. If it takes 20 minutes to hard boil an egg, how long does it take to boil 2 eggs? 20 minutes. It's the same. Next question. What letters are found easily in every single day of the week? So what letters are found easily in every single day of the week? The letters D, A, Y. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. The letters D, A, Y. One more, okay? If 5 alligators can eat 5 fish in 3 minutes, how long will it take 18 alligators to eat 18 fish? It's the same. 3 minutes. These questions are kind of tricky. I think I maybe have tricked you. Do you ever try to trick someone? Or has anyone ever tried to trick you? Sometimes tricks can be mean, and sometimes they can get you into trouble or get someone else into trouble. But did you know that some people tried to trick Jesus? They asked him questions that would get him into trouble with one group or even another, no matter how he answered the question. So that can be tricky and mean. Yeah. So the people in Jesus' day were required to pay taxes to the Roman government. And of course, many people didn't like that. It wasn't popular with the people to pay taxes. But one day, a group of religious leaders came to Jesus and asked him if he thought that the people should pay taxes. They were trying to trick him because they knew if he said yes, the people would be angry. But if he said no, he would get in trouble with the Roman authorities. Jesus saw, though, right through their plan. He did a very wise thing. He asked them for a coin. And he said, whose picture is on this coin? So I have a coin for you. If I show you this coin, some of you may recognize it. It's kind of hard to tell with the camera, but it's a picture of, it's not a picture, it's a coin of, it's a quarter from the United States of America. And on the front of the quarter, we have the President, George Washington. So on the American coins, you have usually a president. So then, would this coin belong to George? On the top, it says United States of America. Would that coin belong to the United States of America? Yes, but does this coin belong to George himself? So when Jesus showed them a coin, the people answered, it is Caesar. Caesar was a Roman ruler, and all the taxes had to be paid to him. So Jesus said to them, give to the emperor, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Give to God what belongs to God. Just like we have this coin of George Washington. But does this coin belong to George Washington? I have another one. It's a euro. €1. On the back, it says España, Spain. And it has a picture on it as well of a leader of Spain. Does that coin belong to Spain? Can you still use it in Slovakia? Yeah. So we, for example, I guess then we will have to use it to pay our taxes, whether we like to or not. Of course, to this day, not even back then, but to this day, people still have to pay taxes, and they have to use money to pay those taxes. But what about God? Jesus also said, give God to what belongs to God. So the Bible is telling us that we were created by God. We were created in the image of God. So if we were created by God and in the image of God and created in his image, we must belong to him. That means we must give ourselves to him. Okay? Cool. So let us pray. Dear God, help us to give you what is yours. Help us to spend our hours in acts of love and our days doing acts of kindness. May we always obey to you and give you praise in all of our days. Amen. So now let's look at some arts and crafts activities. One of the activities you can do is create a keepsake box. So I have a box here, and you can decorate it. You can make a box out of popsicle sticks if you have those, and glue. You might have to use hot glue for popsicle sticks to stay together, so ask your parents' help for that. But if you have a box lying around, you can use one too. And you can take some markers and decorate your box. You can put stickers on it. You can, since it's fall, you can find some fall leaves outside and even glue them on top of your box. So I have a few fall leaves here, and I have some glue, and I can glue them to my box. Just whatever you would like to decorate your box. It'll be a keepsake box. So inside the box, though, put some things that are special to you. Think about things that belong to God. And also your time here in Slovakia. Some things you can remember about living here in Slovakia. So for me, I would like to put a euro coin. I've had this from a Christmas market. It's made out of honey, and it has a manger scene in it, and it's inside of a tree. So that's cool. That's something to remember from here. I have a Bible verse from Luke 8:18, but it's in Slovak. And I have a coin purse, though. I can keep my coins in from different countries I visited, like Hungary. I also lived in Hungary. I have an American coin in here from earlier, and even another coin from Prague, from Czech Republic. So you can put different coins together and put them inside your box. And this helps me remember home. It's a Texas flag. So I can put that inside my box as well, being from Texas. And I have a few pictures here of some friends and colleagues that I work with. So here's a picture from some colleagues of mine, some other American teachers. And you remember Kelsey from last year. She's on there too. Here's a picture of some friends that I've met here in Slovakia. And some other friends from church, from Bratislava International Church, and then also visiting a wooden church. So I have some special photos here that I can put inside my box as well, and decorated box. So that's one example of an arts and crafts you can do. The reason why is, again, that these are things that belong to God, our family, friends, our homes, even the money, the coins that we have collected. And also, another arts and crafts project that you can do is kind of related to the game you played earlier. What is God's? So you're going to draw a giant question mark on a sheet of paper. And your mom and dad can help you draw the question mark if you need. But inside the question mark, you're going to write as many things that you can think of that belong to God. Just like the game earlier when you shouted out some answers, now you can write them down. So inside your question mark, you can write family, friends. Think of as many things and fill up that question mark. Animals, plants. So I'm just writing down some different words of different things that belong to God. Even I'm going to write me. You can even put your name instead of me. So Megan. You can write anybody you would like to as well. So mom, dad, your brother or sister's name. I'll put my brother. His name is Chris. Yeah, so church. Jesus. So fit as many things as you can inside your question mark. Love. Joy. Okay, so here I filled up my question mark, but of course I can add more things. So on top of your question mark, you'll write, what is God's? What is God's? And on the bottom, you'll write from today's Bible verses. Matthew 22, verses 15 through 22. That's from today's gospel reading and what our lesson's about. So that's it. Those are the 2 arts and crafts. You heard a Bible story, and don't forget to play those games with your family. Have a good day. Good to see you. Bye.